biasa, dari beberapa negara bagian yang kami kunjungi di Amerika Serikat, kami bertemu dengan generasi muda berprestasi di bidangnya masing-masing. Ada Oliver Prasetyo, seorang model Amerika yang berdarah Indonesia. Ada juga Koki, blasteran Jepang dan Eropa yang berprofesi sebagai salah satu personil grup K-pop asal Amerika yang pertama, dan Zack Marks dari Florida yang merupakan pendiri dari gromsocial.com, suatu media sosial seperti Facebook, namun khusus untuk anak muda di bawah usia 16 tahun. Seperti apa cerita mereka? Simak di sini ya. Cerita dimulai dari perjalanan kami ke New York City. Ya, di sini kami bertemu dengan seorang model Amerika yang 100% berasal dari Indonesia. Tapi sejak kecil dia sudah tinggal di Amerika. Namanya Oliver Prasetyo. Oliver ini sudah menjadi bintang iklan beberapa produk ternama di Amerika dan dia juga melanjutkan karirnya di Indonesia. Yuk kita simak obrolannya dengan reporter Jack TV, Andre Asmara.
Oke pemirsa, gue masih ada di New York City dan gue akan ngobrol-ngobrol sama seorang model yang dia berkiprah di New York City ini, tapi ternyata 100% Indonesia walaupun dia lahir di sini. Pengen kenal kan dengan siapa dia? Halo.
Halo,
How are you?
I'm well, how are you? Baik-baik.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Oke, campur-campur sedikit boleh nih bahasanya. Namanya Oliver.
Halo, hi guys.
Oke, Oliver ini seorang model di Amerika Serikat, tapi ternyata sebelum jadi model dia berkecimpung di dunia militer. Bingung kan?
Yeah, I joined when I was 19 years old.
19 years old,
Yeah, something I've always wanted to do ever since I was kecil, was to serve the military and do my time. So I did it for 6 tahun while I was in university and saya selesai, and it's a little different from what I do now. Tapi you know, I'm very proud of what I did, and yeah, and maybe one day, maybe I'll don the uniform again one day. I don't know.
Oke. Jadi dia juga cita-citanya dari kecil emang pengen jadi militer karena cool banget katanya. You're in Navy, right?
Oh no, I was in the army.
Oh, in the Army. Okay.
Yes.
So how was it?
The army was good. It was an interesting down. It was something I've always wanted to do ever since I was a kid. It was one of my movies. Was to again join the military, and it was very interesting. And it taught me a lot of values and respect and discipline. Because banyak orang in the military is very yelling at you. You know how to do banyak push-ups, sit-up.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you're telat, harus push-up, sit-up, lari everywhere. So very very physically demanding.
Okay.
Tapi I enjoyed it and I did my time and selesai and here I am.
Oke. Nah sekarang ini kamu ke model jauh banget.
Yeah, it's not exactly the same exact thing. Tapi one of my other movies, I just have a lot of movies.
Okay.
One of my movies was to join the military was to be a model. Something I've always wanted to do ever since I was a kid as well. Tapi banyak orang-orang both Indonesia and non-Indonesia, teman-teman, family say jangan model, kamu nggak ganteng, kamu jelek sekali, kamu nggak tinggi.
Okay.
Yeah, just focus on school, focus on kerja, yeah. And one day I just got sick of it, and I just decided to follow my dreams and pursue what I wanted to do. And now all those people that told me that I couldn't do it,
Oke.
they're very supportive, you know.
Jadi kejar aja mimpi kamu kapan aja, nggak akan pernah terlambat kayak Oliver ini. Pernah di militer, sekarang jadi model. Can you tell the Chinese topic viewers what is your achievement in modeling here in New York City?
Sure. So as some people may have heard, I have modeled for the Gap here in New York City.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's quite an honor to be associated with an international brand, and that definitely I'm very honored to be chosen. Tiga ratus applicants, tryouts, and I was chosen, so I'm very grateful.
Oh, you've been in an audition.
Well, at a casting, and then
okay.
at a casting fitting, all that stuff prior to actually doing the job. Tapi I did it, and I still work very closely with the Gap, the big Gap flagship stores di sini, and I'm looking forward to seeing what else we do together.
Oliver, which one more promising, modeling in Indonesia or in America?
Well, they're two different markets, and while I enjoy working here in New York, it's predominantly where I'm based. I like going to Indonesia because that I'm 100% Indonesian blood, and something I've neglected was my own culture growing up, Indonesian culture. My mama saya lahir di Jakarta. She's of Mananese descent, and papa saya lahir di Jogja, Taiwanese. Yeah, and for 20 tahun saya nggak tahu Indonesia.
Okay.
Yeah. So now saya mau belajar both bahasa and our culture.
Yeah, you should learn bahasa.
Yes, exactly.
You have a social media or something like that?
You can actually follow me at www.facebook.com/OliverCrossOfficial or on Instagram and Twitter at OliverCross, and reach out to me, you can comment, like my stuff, and send me a message, and I'll try my best to reach back out to you guys.
Oke, jadi cewek-cewek yang mau kenalan langsung aja tadi di add semua, Facebooknya juga sama Instagramnya. Yaudah, kita mau jalan-jalan lagi, mau keliling New York, masih ditemenin sama Oliver. Dadah.
Love you guys.
Halo pemirsa, kalau sebelumnya kita sudah ketemu sama Oliver Prasetyo, kini kita berkesempatan untuk ngobrol juga dengan temannya Oliver, namanya Kuki. Namanya kok unik banget ya. Kuki ini orang tuanya berasal dari Jepang dan Eropa, dan dia juga berprofesi sebagai model dan juga penyanyi. Kuki tergabung sebagai personel boy band K-pop pertama di Amerika.
Oke, balik lagi nih pemirsa Tiak TV, kita kenalan sama temannya si Oliver. Ada seorang model juga dari New York City namanya Kuki.
Koki.
Sorry. Kuki ini setengah bule, setengah Jepang. Half Japanese and half white, right?
Yes.
Okay. Why you dress like a K-pop artist?
I am actually in New York City's first K-pop boy band, and our name is EXP, and we just love K-pop, so we put together a group, released our first single, Love Wrong.
You start being a model, right?
Yes.
So you can tell us how you start the model.
I sort of became a model by accident. A friend of mine asked me to be in a runway show, and after that day, it was so much fun. I met a lot of cool people, and I just wanted to keep doing it over and over and over again. So I met some photographers. We ended up doing a couple photo shoots, and everything just sort of piled on top of that. And then I got lucky enough to walk for Milan Vuitton during New York Fashion Week at Mercedes-Benz, and that was huge for me. So it was like just everything was stepping on top of everything else, and it was an amazing experience, and I'm very grateful for everybody who helped me get to that point.
Musik memang merupakan hal yang universal. Ternyata demam K-pop juga sampai ke Amerika Serikat loh. Di tengah semaraknya K-pop band asal Korea, ternyata Kuki dan teman-temannya yang tergabung dalam EXP juga mendapat sambutan yang baik dari pencinta K-pop di Amerika Serikat.
Okay, Kuki, which one more promising, modeling or singing?
I think singing. I feel like it reaches more people. There's a lot more room for, I guess, movement. I love modeling to death, but I feel like singing is more my passion and what I want to pursue as a career. I feel like it's more fulfilling, but I love modeling as well. It's hard to say which one I would prefer to do, but I think singing is definitely what I want to pursue fully.
How about you, Oliver? You're not doing singing?
Saya nggak bisa bagus, tapi saya suka nggak bagus. Jadi Cookie is much better singer than saya.
So you like K-pop too?
I love K-pop. Saya suka my favorite band actually Shiny.
Shiny?
Yeah.
Okay.
They just released a new album.
They did. I think it's pretty awesome.
So how do you think about the K-pop culture in America?
I think it's fascinating. I think it's impressive how it's reaching a worldwide audience that it's reached all the way out here to New York, and it's got such a big market. People know it.
Yeah, just like back in Jakarta, I was a huge fan of K-pop.
And it's not just the music, it's the style, it's the culture, it's the way they dress, it's the way the performances, the dance. It's not just singing, in my opinion. It's like a whole package. It's bringing the entire culture. I think K-pop has successfully taken all the beautiful things of Korean culture and reach out to the entire world. That's what I plan on doing.
Okay.
With Indonesia one day.
So when your album came up?
Well, we're right now we're working on creating and
still
recording.
working on it?
Yeah, still working on it. But hopefully by the end of this year, we'll have released a full mini album, a couple music videos, dance videos, and I guess we'll see where it goes from there. But we're really hoping to take it and debut it in Korea eventually.
Okay. Success for you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Pleasure.
Success for you, Oliver. Oke, kita udah nemuin 2 orang model yang berkiprah di Amerika Serikat ini. Oke, kalau gitu saya mau jalan-jalan lagi ke New York di bagian lainnya. Oke, bye-bye.
Sampai jumpa lagi.
Pemirsa, tim Jak TV mendapat kesempatan untuk berkunjung ke Florida dan meliput ke kediaman Zack Marks, si pencipta groomsocial.com. Di tengah maraknya kasus kriminal akibat penyalahgunaan media sosial dengan korban anak-anak, rasanya groomsocial.com ini bisa menjadi solusi yang aman. Zack mengawali Groom Social di usia 12 tahun saat ayahnya Darren Marks menutup akun Facebooknya. Akhirnya, Zack menciptakan groomsocial.com, sebuah jejaring sosial khusus dengan member anak-anak di bawah usia 16 tahun. Tak disangka, Groom Social berkembang pesat dan sudah memiliki ribuan member. Gimana ceritanya berkunjung ke keluarga Zack Marks? Ikuti keseruannya ya.
Hai, dari Melbourne Beach, Florida. Sekarang ini Cheryl Marella ada di tempat satu keluarga yang membuat satu social media untuk anak-anak ya, Groom Social. And what's up, the Marks? Hello guys. Hey. Please introduce yourself.
I'm Luke.
Luke.
I'm Dawson.
Dawson.
Zach.
Zach.
Caroline. And Jack.
Caroline and Jack. How cool is this? We're actually at the headquarters itself, right? For now.
Yeah, I call it the headquarters for now. Yeah. Just for now.
Just for now. All right, Zach, can you please tell us a little bit about Groom Social? Because it's very interesting. This is a social media for children, I might say.
Yeah, so Grom Social is like a Facebook for kids. And I started it with all my brothers and sisters right here. In the beginning, drawing out all the characters. And yeah, now it's everywhere.
Now it's everywhere. And in Indonesia, I think they have around 25 million.
No, not million, 1,000.
1,000! Okay, I got it all wrong.
Maybe a million.
Soon after this aired, it's going to be 25 million.
I hope so. That'd be great, right?
Okay, so what's the difference between this and another social media?
I feel this is the safest social media for kids. We offer 24/7 live monitoring. There's no curse words, no inappropriate pictures are ever posted on the website. So it's by kids for kids, and we produce a weekly show called The Grump Spot, which is written by us and acted out by us and our friends. So it's quite fun.
Oke, jadi intinya ini aman ya. Orang tua juga akan bisa untuk sign in di sini dan ngeliat. Pokoknya kalau misalnya ada curse words, langsung dihapus sama mereka dan dapat notifications juga, warning katanya gitu.
Kekhawatiran orang tua terhadap jejaring sosial bisa diminimalisasi apabila anak-anak menggunakan groomsocial.com karena orang tua cukup berperan di sini, di mana anak harus mencantumkan email orang tua atau gurunya ketika mendaftar sehingga aktivitas sang anak dapat dimonitor.
Back to you first for this Groom Social. Can you tell us more about the safety and why the children have to be better in this side?
So as Luke was saying before, the 24/7 live monitoring and things like that, but when you sign up for the website, you're required to put your parent email in or your teacher's email.
Okay.
So when you sign up for the website and you get your account approved and everything, and the parent actually has to go through some steps as well, which, for example, let's just say a 30-year-old guy is trying to pose as a 10-year-old kid on the website. So he's going through the website, he puts in his email, he gets past the first step, which has happened before. And then now we have 3 safety features that we added to the website. One is pick up the phone and call somebody who works at Grom Social, and they'll talk to you and verify your kid's account, and they'll approve it for you. 2 is that you can actually send a document in and sign it, and they send it back to us. And then 3 is you put in your credit card information, and you actually pay $1, and that's the verification of it. So either way, once they do all that, we have some of their information. And let's say they get to the website now, they're only friends with 17 of the characters on the website, and those 17 characters are teachers and staff members that we train to monitor the website. So now they can't post anything, because they post anything bad, then obviously the monitors will delete it.
Okay.
So let's say that guy tries to friend another 7-year-old kid on the website. So, okay, they sent him a friend request, but that 7-year-old kid's parents are going to see, okay, this person wants to be friends with my kid, and, okay, well, I have no idea who this is, so I'm going to deny it, and now they can't be friends. And then eventually what happens is that the guy who tries to pose as a 10-year-old kid is not going to really do anything, and usually they post a bad photo, and then we ban them, and then they're gone from the website.
Dengan dukungan orang tua, Darren dan Sarah, kakak beradik di keluarga ini membuat prestasi masing-masing. Tidak hanya Zach Marks dengan groomsocial.com-nya, namun kakaknya Luke dan Caroline juga berprestasi sebagai pro surfer dan menjuarai berbagai pertandingan. Keberhasilan keluarga ini membuat mereka melangkah lebih maju lagi, menyiapkan sebuah TV show Meet the Marks. Kekompakan keluarga ini semoga dapat menjadi inspirasi bagi kita semua.
Alright, so do you have any message for your viewers back home in Jakarta? Maybe tell them to sign up.
We have a lot of members there in Indonesia, so I definitely want you guys to log on. I'll be on the site. I'll chat with you guys and definitely post some photos, and I'll see you guys online. And tell all your friends to sign up.
Everyone please sign up, okay? Grom Social. Dan itu dia tadi bincang-bincang Cheryl dengan The Marks. I'm just gonna say it like that, right?
Yep,
The Marks. That works. Okay. Jangan lupa untuk log on untuk yang punya anak-anak supaya lebih aman ke Grom Social aja. Oke, Cheryl Marella melaporkan dari Melbourne Beach, Florida.
Nah pemirsa, itu tadi keseruan kami saat bertemu dengan beberapa orang generasi muda berprestasi di Amerika Serikat. Ayo, jangan ragu untuk mengukir prestasi. Manfaatkan waktu semaksimal mungkin dengan berbagai hal yang positif. Semoga liputan kami tadi bisa menginspirasi Anda semua. Sampai jumpa ya.